everyone, it's End Times Talk coming at you with another video. Yesterday we had covered Albert Pike and Giuseppe Mazzini's Three World Wars letter that had been written out in 1871. And we talked about how World War III has been planned from the very beginning, same with World War I and World War II. Both World War I and World War II happened exactly as was written out in Albert Pike and Giuseppe Mazzini's letters. And the World War III paragraph is lining up just as much as the World War I and World War II. So, it seems to me that these things are unfolding right before our eyes. Now, there's something I kind of want to use a magnifying glass on and kind of focus in on in Albert Pike's letter, and that's the formidable social cataclysm that is talked about in the Third World War. Okay, and I do believe that the formidable social cataclysm is actually this power outage blackout that's being talked about all over the place. Okay, I think that that's what's really kind of going on, and they're bombarding us with propaganda. They're bombarding us with subliminal content in movies, media, pop culture. You know what I'm saying? The politicians are continuing to spout it off and regurgitate it over and over again, just like they did terrorism when, Al Qaeda was the biggest thing since sliced bread. So what I'm trying to say is, people, is that, once again, we're being told what's coming to us. Even Clown Schwab of the whole World Economic Forum there, he says there's going to be a comprehensive cyber attack upon the world. So I want you to check this video out, hear it from the devil's mouth himself.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
See, isn't it interesting, people? Once again, just telling us what they're going to do to us. Even in the Illuminati card game, they have some stuff about computer viruses and whatnot that they put in there. They have these two cards right here, the internet worm and computer virus. Okay. And so, they're telling us that there's going to be a cyber attack. They're telling us that the power is going to go out. And they've been using a lot of movies to tell us the power is going to go out for quite some time. The movies, The Darkest Hour, where these aliens, they cause the power to go out. Then also with War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, and the War of the Worlds TV series that just came out recently. There's a new one where they use like robotic dogs, and the aliens use robotic dogs to annihilate mankind. But it's interesting, before both these aliens invade, the power goes out, and there's a lot of people having and I'm just, I'm not connecting the two, but it's just interesting. So many people are having these dreams of 3 days of darkness, 3 days of darkness. And we've talked about it on this channel before. Do I believe in it 100%? I'm not 100% sure, but I think that there is some credence to it. I think it, there's stuff in the Bible where it talks about 3 days of darkness, during the 10 plagues of Egypt. And then there's elsewhere in the Bible where it talks about darkness coming upon the earth, even in the daytime. So in the end times, so we have to remember that it's very plausible that it could happen. But I just find it really interesting. I wonder if the two are correlated, this power outage. What if the government knows it's coming and they're planning for it too? And what if that's why all these people are being given, these satellite phones, these senators are being given satellite phones? Who knows? All right. But what I do believe is that darkness in some form is coming, a blackout or 3 days of darkness or something big is coming. And, it's going to be violent. It's going to be Purge-like. For those of us that have seen the Purge movie, the Purge movies, I watched them back in the day, and, I'll tell you, people, it lines up with what they're kind of pushing the agenda for it lines up with how they kind of want society to unravel and become this chaotic scene. Ordo ab chaos. They believe in order out of chaos. So they're creating this chaos, and they want to use a cyber attack to cause a blackout, to bring down the power grid, to cause people to go insane on each other, I think is what's really kind of coming down the pike. And literally, no pun intended, but Albert Pike's letter is talking about a social cataclysm that is planned for the world, that's violent, that's horrific, that the words bloody turmoil are used. So what I'm saying is that this stuff has been planned from the very beginning. Occultists, the people who are running the show, the Illuminatists, the people who are within the secret societies, and there's hundreds of them. All right, these people these elitists who run the world, they stick to these writings like they're scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stick to Albert Pike's writings. They stick to Manly P. Hall's writings. They Madame Blavatsky and all these people who were occultic writers, and so the things that those people talked about, are pretty much followed to a T. There's a main plan unfolding, and they stick to the core of that plan, and I do believe that this blackout is a part of that plan. In movies, like I was saying, The Darkest Hour, War of the Worlds, with Tom Cruise, the War of the Worlds TV show, that's the newer one that just come out. They have this movie right here called The Trigger Effect. It says right here, when nothing works, anything goes. And it's about a massive blackout that happens in America. This movie's an older movie from 1996, so, you gotta take it for what it's worth, but I'll tell you, they've been telling us even since the late 90s that this stuff is coming, that these blackouts are coming. They even have this movie, Escape from LA, and I'm not going to give away the whole movie because some people haven't seen it. It's a decent movie, but at the end of it, there is a massive blackout. So what I'm saying is that, it's been projected heavily in movies, and there's even a documentary that National Geographic had released pertaining to this blackout situation, and they're just pushing propaganda right and left. I actually cannot find American Blackout by National Geographic anywhere, really. I've searched for it on YouTube and whatnot, but it just seems to kind of have disappeared. If you come across it on YouTube, or if you come across it elsewhere on the internet, let me know if you find it, because I'm interested in watching it again. But it's a documentary about the power going out, a mass blackout. I was able to find a clip of the movie, a trailer for the documentary, so I'll show that to you now. Check this out.
This afternoon, millions of Americans are without power.
The sun's going down. It's gonna get really dark, and we're gonna have to light some candles.
Are you doing nothing too? Nobody's doing anything today because there's no power right now.
No power. Nothing in here works.
There's no AC. Toilet doesn't work.
What are we supposed to do?
Where's everybody? We're stuck.
We gotta get some water.
Wait your turn!
Daddy, when are you coming to pick us up?
Oh no.
The current blackout is the result of a cyber attack.
Why is nobody helping us?
American Blackout, a premiere movie event, Sunday, October 27th at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
See, isn't that crazy, people? Even National Geographic is predicting this stuff. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's absolutely a matter of time before this happens. And I truly believe that this is the formidable social cataclysm that is going to really plunge things into darkness. I think it's really going to bring in the World War III scenario even heavier. Just everything's going to start to fall apart, and everybody's going to be in the dark, and there's not going to be a lot of information. So I suggest, for those of you who even just have a little bit of extra money, to prepare. I want to show you a couple of products. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't get any kickbacks from any companies or anything like that. I'm not even going to tell you the names of these products. I'm just going to show you what's out there and tell you that I got it on that new Temu website. I don't care if it's Chinese, honestly. I mean, I really don't care. You know, everything's made in China, even the stuff you buy in America, even the stuff that says made in the USA, half of it's made in China. So I really just don't care. But they have these batteries, okay? Really interesting about these rechargeable batteries is no longer do you need some big box, okay? And what if you want to put these in your bug out bag and try to charge these through a solar panel? You couldn't do it because you had to, you know, plug it right into the wall, and you had this big box, and you'd line up the batteries on it and wait for it to fully charge, which took sometimes 6 to 8 hours. Now they have a literal USB-C port right on the battery, okay? And they give you this USB cord, all right? And it's literally like you plug it right into the battery, and in an hour and a half, it's full. In an hour and a half, it's full. And you can charge a couple at a time. And they have these, you know, strips that you can get that have multiple USB ports. It's kind of like a power strip, but with USBs. And I just thought that was a really neat gadget, and it was really cheap. It was like, for 4 of them, it was like $11. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you, you can finally, because it's that USB technology like that, and you can hook it right in, and you don't have to have some box or something like that to have to charge it. You can actually use a solar panel. You know, you can actually like hook a solar panel up to your backpack, and you can charge these as you're walking. And on Temu, I don't know if they have this specific one anymore, but I bought this for $13. I mean, this is a decent little solar panel, and it folds out. And I can guarantee you that this is going to charge those batteries just fine. And I have a shortwave radio, okay, that I, you know, have that, you know, for survival situations, so you can get information from people who are broadcasting shortwave. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are plenty of people who are hobbyists who are ready for this collapse. There are plenty of people who love to send out information and have shortwave channels, and that's what they do for fun. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're super prepared to broadcast information as they get it. From whatever source they're getting it from, and they can receive things, you know, some people have massive antennas and can receive things from far ways away. So what I'm saying is having the ability to have a shortwave radio in a blackout situation. You can even, you know, get those, I plan on eventually getting one of those small windmills that produce electricity, because sometimes the sun isn't out. But if the sun is out, you can charge these batteries and put them in your radio and have information. And so as things are unfolding and as the collapse begins to worsen, you can understand what's going on out there, because we need to know as much as we can. That information that you get before everything goes dark is some of the most critical information that you can get. And so I want to encourage people and suggest to people to go out there and to spend like $25 and get themselves this ability to charge some batteries. I mean, I think it's an awesome idea. And so I went ahead and did it, you know. And so I wanted to encourage you guys, like, you know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Temu's China and all that stuff, but you want to know what? They got some really cheap stuff. And in a time where, you know, there's not very many options, everything's double priced in America. Well, it's not in China. Think of that. Think of that. Why aren't the prices doubled everywhere else like they are here? So, you know, so I appreciate you guys watching End Times Talk today. I appreciate everybody who showed up to the live chat here. I appreciate everybody that subscribes and that shares these videos. I appreciate everybody who likes and smashes the like button. You know, it really helps out the channel, because, you know, we are being shadow banned. If you don't help us out, we're not getting out there. That we are completely out of the algorithm. Our numbers haven't moved for a couple of months. When we were, especially in the beginning and a couple of months into it, we were getting 200 subscribers a day, and now it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. We gain 1 or 2, we lose 1 or 2, and it literally stays the same. I've watched it stay the same for about a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. You know, so anyways, please share this video, hit the like button. This kind of stuff needs to get out. And if you haven't seen the last video that we made yesterday, you know, reading the 3 world wars telling you and breaking it down and showing you what's about to happen, you should go check that out, because I think it'll be very informative for you. So I appreciate all of you who watched this video. May God bless you, and may God keep you all. And don't forget to go out and change the world in which you live.